help out with other sports. At Conquer Sports Pros, you have everything from a list of consultation, training, and also media training. Yeah, that's right. When you take your career to the next level, play college and hopefully pro, you'll get lots of interviews. Call Conquer Sports Pros today. You can reach them at 504-319-6672 or visit marlonfavorite.com for more information. Hello, somebody.
Hi, it's Alberto Montero. We got a great selection of vehicles in and out of here on a daily basis. We offer financing, all Carfaxes are online, and all our vehicles are serviced and inspected before sale. Best selection and prices in all of the New Orleans metro area. Come visit us today at 1512 North Causeway in the heart of Metairie. Come check us out at MonteroMotors.com.
Montero Motors, a proud sponsor of Inside the Trenches, ESPN New Orleans.
Hello, somebody. It's your boy Marlon, Big Favorite. And when I'm hungry, I like to make my way to Small Sliders, 1635 Barataria Boulevard, Marrero, Louisiana. Simple on purpose. When I tell you their burgers are delicious, have some great sauce on them, I'm telling you, when you're just hungry and just need to grab a quick bite, this is the perfect place for you. Small Sliders. The customer service is nice. It's somewhere you can bring the family, hang out and chill, enjoy the atmosphere. Now I'm a big boy, so when I like to take my Small Sliders, I like to get the biggest smalls. Double patties, bacon, cheese, you name it. Just a delicious burger. And I like to top it off with my favorite, the cookies and cream milkshake. There are 3 delicious flavors: milkshake, chocolate, vanilla, and cookies and cream. Small Sliders. Simple on purpose. Y'all come on and slide through, baby. And let them know that you heard about them on Inside the Trenches with your boy Marlon, Big Favorite. Watch out there now.
Step Construction is here for you with a brand new offer. We now provide affordable storage sheds. Stop wasting your money on overpriced storage units and portable containers. Step Construction can provide you with a custom shed that will fit your budget and storage needs. So contact Step Construction today at 504-340-5809 for your own personal quote. Let us help you take the next step at Step Construction.
Listen up. Your customers, our listeners, could be hearing about your business right now. Yeah, right now. Don't miss out on the
I'ma move my body. Yeah, you gon' be somebody. You never know when you gon' need somebody. Hello. Well, hello, somebody. Welcome to another episode of Inside the Trenches. We live here, baby, at Small Sliders, 1635 Barataria Boulevard in Marrero. And we have ourselves an excellent show for you today. Now, me and CL, we enjoy our nights here at Small Sliders, and we get a chance to talk sports, entertainment, everything from gumbo to second lines. I mean, we pretty much talk about it here on the show. But we have what I would like to call a all-star roster. I would like to say a guest coming on the show today.
Gumbo.
That's what we like to say. And coming on for the first segment, we're going to open up Talk Saints. You know, we want to look at, you know, the future of the organization, right, in the different aspects in regards to what they need to do in the 2025 season, A. B, what direction are they going to go in terms of head coach? So we got a couple things that we want to discuss here as well. And as far as that roster I was telling y'all about, we'll be joined by Pastor Everette of Rocks of Ages Church. She's going to sit down and talk to us not only about his ministry, but the community, the stuff that we do right here in the city of New Orleans. So we're excited about that as well. Shouts out to my good friend Casey Ferran for setting that up. And then we have not one but two college players, and not in different states, right? These guys not only grew up here in Louisiana, CL, these young men also at the from the state of Alabama going to school. One's at Jacksonville State University,
which
and the
is
other
in
one's
Alabama.
which is in Alabama. You made a good point. And the other young man goes to Alabama State University. So Jacksonville State University, Alabama State. I'm talking about Cornell Harris and my man Shane Payton. They're going to come by with their families and chop it up with me and CL. Very interesting information, right, CL? Because for one, these young men are getting ready to go into their sophomore seasons on the field.
Right.
Both guys, you go to the Google, right? You make your way on over to YouTube. You see there, you got some highlights on ESPN.com. So you have to be excited about that. But CL, you go to all the home games just about, unless you're out of town, doing GM work or whatever. And it was a bit disappointing in the Dome, in the Raiders game. You have a team that's struggling in the AFC West, not really putting themselves in a position to be successful. And then on the other end, y'all have a team that has a coach who's a first-year head coach. He's someone who is trying to position himself to look good on defense, and they did, and Coach Pierce. But CL, I thought we saw it wasn't all bad yesterday, and we're going to be optimistic when we think about the New Orleans Saints. But what was your observations from the game?
My observation of the game was that what it's been all year long, we are exactly who we are. Mm-hmm. We're an older team. We don't have many weapons on offense, no matter if we have a starting quarterback or a third-string quarterback in the game. We are limited offensively, and with the age and the time on the field, the defense is limited defensively. So I think everything that happened yesterday was supposed to happen yesterday, because my great cousin Ryan Williams, he quotes me every once in a while, and he says, like my famous cousin says, you can't beat ones and twos with threes and fours. And
that's real.
And so with that being said, I didn't expect to beat the Raiders. I wouldn't expect to beat a college team if our tight ends are leading the team in receptions, and a backup running back that was cut from another team leads us in rushing. So it just, I don't expect, like we all was obligated to show up in the Dome yesterday. We were saying our goodbyes for this year, because this year we've truly been snake bitten, and it is what it is.
Well, I think you have to look at a couple of areas, and if you're just tuning in to Inside the Trenches, we're talking about the Saints and what direction the team should take in the year of 2025. This could be a good thing. This could be a bad thing, because they have a pretty bad schedule. They didn't do well with their schedule. They pick high. Saints looking at about pick 10, which is a really attractive pick. You could trade up, get some picks later on in the draft. And in addition to that, you could put yourself in a position to build a team. So, me and CL going to take a look at that. But, hey, make your way on over to Small Sliders. We're here 1635 Barataria Boulevard in Marrero. Great deals on the food. You could get you a shake, get you a nice, they can say sandwich, but we got a burger on a very attractive, delicious bruschetta bread, and it's good and fit for the stomach. So if you want a little snack for dinner, come on over here and enjoy that. Now, see, you were talking about something with the Saints.
Well, yesterday was just so weird, because when you want to play a football game in December, you want it to mean something, and you want it to be about something. And believe it or not, the Saints were playing for something. Also, the Las Vegas Raiders were playing for something. I think the Raiders were playing for respect. They wanted to try to win this game so they could help Coach Pierce continue to stay the head coach for the Raiders, because I do believe he has them going in the right direction. Just unfortunately, in the beginning of yesterday's, before the matchup actually happened, the Raiders had the number 1 pick. And by beating the New Orleans Saints yesterday, they went from 1 to 8.
That's crazy.
Which is crazy. So, but I do understand the Raider fans and the Raider Nation wanting having something to cheer about. And I think as a Saints fan, collectively, as Saints, as members of the organization and everybody to a man, I think we will collectively has a sigh of relief because this season is almost over.
It's just about there. One more game, and, of course, we're not going to the playoffs. So for the fans locally, we can turn over to a new leaf. And speaking of which, I know we don't want to dwell too much on the Raiders game. We could go into the X's and O's. There were some things that did look exceptionally well. Spencer Rattler is somebody you can build around, right? So now you don't have to really focus on the quarterback position and judging off of CL's facial expressions. He disagrees, and I can tell you a scenario where that worked and why. But in addition to that, you also have yourself in a position to where you do have to look for a new head coach.
Right.
You may look inward, but that hadn't always worked for you. So this is going to be probably, since maybe the Hurricane Katrina year, probably one of the more interesting off seasons for the Saints.
Well, my personal relationship with Mickey Loomis has always resulted in one or two things. Either he talks a lot or I talk a lot. Usually I'll start off by saying something clever, like blow it up, and he refuses to address that. Mickey doesn't believe in blowing it up from scratch. I want to blow it up. Mickey doesn't believe in blowing it up. So with that being said, I don't think our starting quarterback or our future quarterback is on the roster thus far. I don't believe that if we did get the 1, 2, 3rd pick in the draft, I don't believe we would be able to protect a Shedeur Sanders. I don't believe we would be able to protect the Cam Ward, almost putting him in the same situation with a Caleb Williams, even though that's so much more of an attractive job because of the weapons around us. And I think that's the point in itself, because to a man, I actually called Fave before the show and I just, we just talk, and sometimes the conversation goes way left, and sometimes it's spot on.
See, I don't really want to talk about the Saints losing.
Yeah. Well, no. Well, I believe we have to. We have to talk about losing. I believe we have to have the tough conversations, because as a Saints fan, as the GM of the Saints, we are we are loyal to a fault in New Orleans. It is time to have realistic conversations about realistic situations, like getting rid of the older players that are holding us back now.
Right.
I love everybody to heaven and back, but are we getting better? I don't think we're getting better. We're getting longer in the tooth. We're getting slow. We need to get younger. We need to get cheaper, and the way by doing that is cutting people and through the draft.
The reason I said potentially build around Spencer Rattler is because he did show some flashes of greatness in that Raiders game. Yeah. Now, given the circumstance, I will say that if you hand him a set of keys, you handed Andy Dalton, Jameis Winston, even Derek Carr before him and Michael Thomas really got into it, and put better weapons around him. Like, think of the chemistry between if Michael Thomas had – look who Spencer Rattler had. He had an offensive line where saw play where Fuaga had a costly penalty. I mean, Juwan Johnson catches the ball right there. So you look at stuff like that and like, man, you could potentially build around this kid. And then for me, the part that you see me talk about a lot on this show is he's mobile. Like, at least the young man is mobile. Now, he's in the same class with Jaden Daniel. He's in the same class with Caleb Williams in terms of graduate class of high school. And he was him coming out. He was. I mean, he had the attitude and set him back. So he's not those guys, but let's stop. I don't think that they need to go quarterback with the first-round pick.
Oh, no.
You have to continue to, like you said, build the lines, build the receiving core. We're seeing the issues straight ahead. And the burning building, CL, and I'd like to hear your comment on that. And y'all feel free to comment as well. You can hit me up at BigFave504. We're streaming live on New Orleans Talk Network right now. You guys can chime in on their live deal. You can also go to Inside the Trenches with Marlon Favorite as well, and follow CL _NOLA because he's going to, of course, he'll answer your DMs quick. If you comment on any of our posts, he will reply. So he got that down packed. But my thing is the burning building of starting the season off with Coach Dennis Allen.
Right.
the fact that he got fired in October shows that the team was already somewhat leaning towards that direction.
Correct.
He showed us enough in the years before with the Andy Daltons, with the drafting whomever,
Right.
However we want to look at it. So we do have to say that this interim head coaching job that Rizzi is doing, we can't judge him much.
No.
Now, I don't think you should just yank him out of the building. I like the way the team responded to him when he took over as the head coach.
Right.
The special team coach, he gets along with everyone. So I thought that was something that we saw. But to your point, well, I'm going to hold my thought on that. Let's go back to your thoughts on not making that decision to fire Dennis Allen earlier.
Well, when you think about organizations, you think about philosophies, right? You think about, we just played the Raiders, right? You're thinking, I have some older gentlemen that's out here that might understand when I say just win, baby, win. That was the philosophy of the great Al Davis. And they wanted to throw the ball. They wanted fast guys. They wanted to throw the ball. Well, time progressed. That's not really the philosophy on how you build a team and a successful football team moving forward. You have a Jerry Jones, and Jerry has a philosophy of how he feels like a team should be built. 30 years later, it shows you this is not the way that you build a team and have a successful team. I think the philosophy of trying to build off of the pieces that Sean left was flawed from the beginning. I think you put Dennis Allen in a position where he was doomed to fail. I think you put Coach Rizzi in a position that is doomed to fail. We're trying to reboot what happened with Sean Payton 3-4 years ago with less talent. How do you figure that's going to work? How about it won't work? So everybody was doomed to fail from the beginning. Now, the injuries, we all have injuries. The snake-bitten injuries, it got a little bit out of hand. But at the end of the day, the philosophy was not in tune with what really needs to happen in New Orleans. And you can't expect for Coach Rizzi or anybody else to do just as good as Sean Payton with less talent and less people to make it move forward. And with that being said, that's the idea of blowing it up, because whatever new head coach comes in, they're not tied to Derek Carr. They're not tied to Rat-Tat-Tat. They're going to go with their philosophy. They're going to go with their guys. They're going to go with their culture, because they know there's no way to build off of what was left as far as the crumbs of Sean Payton.
Yeah, all of that makes sense, and the whole trying to recreate what he did, that seemed a bit weird at points, and we saw it with Andy Dalton and then just whatever. But you made a good point about Rat-Tat-Tat. You brought him up again because, that's still a part of that era. Right. And to be honest with you,
5th round pick.
The way that draft came, and that was the next quarterback after Bo Nix, who was drafted in the 1st round. It was a long stretch of picks before. So they wasn't going to draft him. He was probably somewhere on the draft board, but he wasn't he's someone we're going to put it.
Everybody passed him up 4 times.
4 times. So we do understand it. That's crazy. You made a good point. It was like 100 and whatever some odd points.
Right.
But the reason I said that, you got guys like Sam Darnold that may be available this offseason. You have guys
Aaron
like
Rodgers.
Look at that. He's been on the show for about 2-3 years now. I know he was. Those are 2 guys that what I like to call the appropriate safety nets, right? I think you had a sermon on safety nets one morning I was listening. The appropriate safety nets, right? Derek Carr, in my opinion, and I'm not dissing Derek. I talked to him one time before. We have a mutual friend, and Jason Kabenda was his teammate with the Raiders. That's my buddy from the NFL Network. So we have mutual friends, and I think he's a cool guy, right? Yeah. But it's a lot of cool guys around here that are exceptional people. That doesn't make you the best candidate for that safety net quarterback.
Right.
So I look at it from that perspective as well, CL. And in addition to that,
Kirk Cousins.
Ooh.
All these guys will be free agents.
That's what I'm saying. So
Geno Smith.
You can do Geno Smith, Jameis Winston type deals. I thought that was smart what Cleveland did, right? Obviously, you're tied to Deshaun Watson, so you have to. He's obligated to be a starter. He gets hurt. Jameis gets there. They got the famous snow game. He is, and that was Pittsburgh, the Pittsburgh team that was rolling. Now, I think that this next question might pique the interest of our next guest. because it's a couple of names that have been brought up as potential names for the head coach. Now, respectively, the Rizzy name is brought up a lot, but the Dallas Cowboys, my buddy over here, we share mutual, fans of that team. Mike McCarthy name has come up in the. Don't
do it.
Now look at the supporting board, folks.
My
pastor be tripping, baby. I don't know what he talking about. Oh man,
Usher, we gonna have to get them. We gonna have to usher them out of here.
But this is what I'm saying. Mike McCarthy is a proven head coach. He has won a Super Bowl. If not any year in the NFL, this year has shown us that scenarios matter. Look at Sam Darnold. You put him. I saw a very interesting post on Instagram. This had to be either last night or this morning. It showed a picture. This was strange. It said this was just 2 years ago. It was Sam Darnold and Baker Mayfield in the same picture with the Carolina Panthers. Both of those guys have led their teams under different leadership. Oh, another word. That's something came out past the name a lot. Leadership. Right? Under different leadership, those guys have now led their team, hello somebody, to the playoffs. Like, that's already done. They're there already. So I say that to say, not saying that Mike McCarthy, him and Sean Payton are the same. If you look at the big picture, with the exception of like the last 3 seasons, the Cowboys have had winning seasons.
One championship.
Right. They've won some now. The old team.
No, Mike got one, but he got one.
For Green Bay.
Yeah, he got one.
We were still on that. You're right, CL. I was still on the Dallas thing. Both of them have one back-to-back. It was 2009 and in 2010. So I like that candidate. But it's a candidate that my co-host really likes. And I like that guy, too, because he's a younger coach, right? He was in the NFL with me. Who you think should be at the top of the list of the next guy to hire?
Well, and I appreciate everybody sitting here with waiting breath to hear my opinion. But honestly, Coach Aaron Glenn makes so much sense. I mean, if you want to go with culture, go with culture. If you want to go with former player, go with former player. You want to go with a tough-nosed guy, because let's be honest right now. In New Orleans, we need discipline. We need to be disciplined on defense. We need to be disciplined on offense. We need to stop being a nice guys of football. I'm tired of seeing us pick guys up after we knock them down. Why are we the nicest team in the NFL? Why are we, we need some nasty in us. We need to get back to ugly ball, because when we won the championship, we were 6th in rushing. So, and obviously we know what the defense did. So when we get back to what we know, which is something that Coach Aaron Glenn is very familiar with.
That's
obviously,
right.
He's doing it right now in the past 2 years in Detroit. I think he's the perfect fit, and he was the second candidate before they decided to go with Dennis Allen at the last minute 3 years ago. So I believe it's Aaron Glenn and in a short whisper in my voice, Brian Flores.
Now I do. No, I like that, and I mean we was excited about like Coach Prime and all of that. We was talking
wish
about,
list.
That's it. It's a wish list. That's too much. And then I brought up Coach Prime, and I know they lost their bowl game badly.
Yeah.
Listen, if you look at the short amount of time, the amount of success that this man has had,
unbelievable,
as a coach, and look at the chain of coaches that built the confidence in Eddie George. Now with my boy Deshaun Jackson, my old teammate from Philly. Michael Vick. And you're going to continue to see more. Ray Lewis too, right?
Ed Reed.
So, I mean, you look at it from that perspective, CL, we're starting something here. That player-coach thing is starting to become a lot more common.
And it makes sense. Today's athlete are not like me and Fave anymore, right? Things that's important to today's athlete is not necessarily what's important to yesterday's athlete. So you have to have guys that are able to speak to them in their language, reach them, make them know that they care about them, and that's what a player coach is. That's what a coach that has played in this league can do. That's what a coach that has been your defensive coordinator, that got it out the mud, was your DB coach first, because he was a DB coach first in New Orleans.
He was a DB coach
before
first.
He became a defensive coordinator. So
That's
you
correct.
see a guy not only build himself up from being a high school player to a college player to a pro player, now started all over again in the trenches to start as a position coach to an actual coach of a defense, and now possibly a head coach. So you want to show these kids progression, because in today's environment, the kids don't necessarily believe in a guy that can't pull up YouTube and show them what he did. For real.
And to be CL hitting on some
For
stuff.
real.
I think
They don't believe you.
Yeah, I think it's the energy, man. My brother Pat, he preaches every day. So now we on this mic preaching right now. Cause,
Yeah, you're right.
Because that's true. Look at the trend that's happening now. It's called reception. You have this coach, do this. Well, you telling me to do this, but I ain't see you do that.
Right.
The confidence is there, but it's also the understanding as well. These guys are for the culture, right? Prime. Deshaun Jackson was hosting a podcast, and said he wanted to jump into it. We are stepping into that new age of football, and Prime is this. He spearheaded this whole process.
I mean, you could not meet somebody that was more invested and that knew more about Deion Sanders than me. And I'm telling you, I used to tell my little cousin about Prime, and he didn't believe a word I said till I pulled out YouTube. And now he the second biggest fan of Deion Sanders. So I get it. But the question is, does Miss Benson get it? Miss Benson, I'm sitting here telling you, baby, culture matters.
That's right.
Culture matters. If you want to take a page from Atlanta, you realize culture matters. Belichick didn't go to which I thought was a mistake. Belichick didn't go to Atlanta because of culture. You got Raheem. You got your new Michael Vick at quarterback. That's all about culture. We need to start going back to culture because I'm tired of being the Superdome a destination for everybody to come celebrate on Sundays. I'm going to be honest with y'all.
Yeah, and it made me think about, if y'all are just tuning in, we're talking about the 2025 Saints. We're here live at Inside. Hello, somebody. Look at my boy. We're live here at Small Sliders, 1635 Barataria Boulevard. Make y'all way on down here. Enjoy some. Got a crew over there enjoying some nice lunch. Boy, that drink looked good. I should have got me a little on a palm before I sat down.
Got that lemonade.
Yeah, you're right, CL. Coach Glenn really fits the mold. Just as a journalist, being at a lot of those Saints practices, watching the energy of the DBs. Think about those DB cores when he was here. These guys were Lock City, and it was. And for me, it's a lot of connections as well. Both Coach Campbell and Coach Glenn were in the NFL with me.
Yes, sir.
Their linebacker, Coach Kelvin Shepard, that's my linebacker from LSU. That was my linebacker for 2 years.
Buffalo Bills.
Played at the Bills, bounced around the league for a while, and you could see the energy in his linebacking core. Shep's younger than me. Shep's 36 years old. So this trend, look at Sean McVay, look at these young, Ben Johnson. Right. These are young, innovative coaches. The guy that was in Dallas, Kellen Moore, right, Pastor? Like these young coaches, they get it. And the players are being more receptive to those guys. They're tired of the old guy yelling at them, hey, go do this.
Oh, yeah.
Your coach, Eddie Robinson Jr., like those are guys, he played the game. He understands the culture, CL. He does.
I could talk to you so I'm blue in the face. We have to understand culture. We have to understand that we can't make these kids do anything that they're not willing or believe that we have their best interests in mind. And that's even with pros, because if you think about it, when they get drafted, they're still kids too. They don't become grown men until they maybe in their 30s in the league and they have families. So you just have to keep that in perspective, because I understand that Mickey doesn't want to blow it up. But if it doesn't start from the top, I don't see it being any much better than it was this year.
Yes, indeed. And feel free, if y'all have any questions, comments, definitely hit us up. We got about 2 more minutes,
Coaching
2 or 3 more minutes left here in this segment. And it's really
Coaching
you make a good point. Coaching it does matter to the point where you see it right away. I was on the team with Coach Allen. He's not a bad guy. He's a cool coach, but it's a stiffness I even had around him, and he was just a defensive back coach back then.
Throw him a ball.
But the players feed off of that. You start to see this. What really got me, one of my favorite NFL players right now. I'm not talking about just the skill set on the field, just like the personality of the person. Is Jameis Winston. Jay Boo wins, bro. His attitude, the way he approached life. I mean, homie knew this was his last little stint with the Saints. He over in Algiers at the parade, at non-top parade. He blend in with the culture, the team. Look at after the Saints game when Cleveland came down here. the long line of people waiting to shake his hand and glad to see him again. That, to me, going back into my NFL journey, thinking about the different things that really mattered in the locker room in regards to culture, the way that a person talked to you, the way that your teammate may support you, the guys who crack jokes, ribbed in the locker room. Right. Like, that's the type. You can tell James just said some funny stuff that got everybody laughing.
Teddy Bridgewater used to ride his bike to the game. Yeah. And everybody knew the route. They actually would wait for him just to wave at him or, blow the horn or whatever. And he would ride his bike to the game. So we must understand that, if we're not gonna make it to the playoffs, if we're not gonna make money at the we making money at the concession stand.
We're definitely making money.
If we're not fiscally making money, if we're not fiscally in the red, in the black, then we at least owed the product on the field. We're at least owed the culture where we continue to be the most livest dome in the NFL, where we continue to be one of the greatest destinations in the world. That all starts from the top, and this is what we need to do to continue New Orleans being New Orleans, especially the Saints. And it almost has trickled down to the New Orleans Pelicans, but that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day.
Boy, that is a whole nother story. I'm no storyteller. That is a whole nother story. But I do feel confident that this team will take the right direction. We need both of the teams, both the Pels and the Saints. I do believe it because of the young guys that's on the team. You look at a guy like Fuaga, Brzee, young Eric McCoy. Eric McCoy is still pretty young. So, these guys are still, in my opinion, in a position to actually do well. Well, baby, it is Inside the Trenches, and we have ourselves a really nice lineup right here. It's time to get into some of them guests, baby. That's all. Later on, stick around, hour 2. We're going to talk with our college players here, man. We're going to state of Alabama, but they're Louisiana boys. And next we'll be joined by the pastor of Rocks of Ages Church, Pastor Everette. He's going to sit down and talk to us about their ministry, the things and events that they have coming up here in the city. Look, we got Super Bowl 2025 coming in with fireworks, baby. Literally, right? You gonna pop? I know you gonna pop. I know Cam gonna pop the fireworks, though. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Well, look, y'all. Y'all sit tight for all our folks tuned in at New Orleans Talk Network on our live station. Feel free to comment. They might want to go back to some of them same things that we talked about. We'll bring that back.
Come on.
But we're gonna be joined by Pastor Everette of the Rocks of Ages Church, baby, on that East Bank. Came on over here to the West Bank, so y'all stick tight. We'll be right back here, Inside the Trenches, baby, live at Small Sliders, Marrero. Hello. Are you a student athlete looking to take your career to the next level? Look no further than Conquer Sports Pros. That's right, Conquer Sports Pros. Our team of experts will get you guys on the right path to your student athlete journey in life. That's right, we have every position in football you need, and we also help out with other sports. At Conquer Sports Pros, you have everything from a list of consultation, training, and also media training. Yeah, that's right. When you take your career to the next level, play college and hopefully pro, you'll get lots of interviews. Call Conquer Sports Pros today. You can reach them at 504-319-6672 or visit marlonfavorite.com for more information. Hello, somebody.
Hi, it's Alberto Montero. We got a great selection of vehicles in and out of here on a daily basis. We offer financing. All Carfaxes are online, and all our vehicles are serviced and inspected before sale. Best selection and prices in all of the New Orleans metro area. Come visit us today at 1512 North Causeway in the heart of Metairie. Come check us out at MonteroMotors.com.
Montero Motors, a proud sponsor of Inside the Trenches, ESPN New Orleans.
Hello, somebody. It's your boy Marlon, Big Favorite. And when I'm hungry, I like to make my way to Small Sliders, 1635 Barataria Boulevard, Marrero, Louisiana. Simple on purpose. When I tell you their burgers are delicious, have some great sauce on them, I'm telling you, when you're just hungry and just need to grab a quick bite, this is the perfect place for you. Small Sliders. The customer service is nice. It's somewhere you can bring the family, hang out and chill, enjoy the atmosphere. Now I'm a big boy, so when I like to take my Small Sliders, I like to get the biggest smalls. Double patties, bacon, cheese, you name it. Just a delicious burger. And I like to top it off with my favorite, the cookies and cream milkshake. There are 3 delicious flavors: milkshake, chocolate, vanilla, and cookies and cream. Small Sliders. Simple on purpose. Y'all come on and slide through, baby. And let them know that you heard about them on Inside the Trenches with your boy Marlon Big Favorite. Watch out there now.
Step Construction is here for you with a brand new offer. We now provide affordable storage sheds. Stop wasting your money on overpriced storage units and portable containers. Step Construction can provide you with a custom shed that will fit your budget and storage needs. So contact Step Construction today at 504-340-5809 for your own personal quote. Let us help you take the next step at Step Construction.
Listen up. Your customers, our listeners, could be hearing about your business right now. Yeah, right now. Don't miss out on the opportunity to advertise with NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. Call our business department today at 504-475-4793 to hear about our great rates. NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. We provide the people, you provide the business.
It's that boy Fred, host of FanView Podcast. Tune into the NOTN app weekdays, 3:30 for the FanView Podcast. Go to NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com to watch more episodes of FanView Podcast. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and watch.
I want to say thank you to all of our viewers, all of our listeners, everybody that check us out on New Orleans Talk Network, all of y'all who streams us. We appreciate y'all from the bottom of our hearts. And we want to thank our sponsors as well, baby. We right here, Small Sliders Live. Thank you, Small Sliders, for providing us with this spot to do our thing. We want to thank Montero Motors, Crown Car Wash. We want to thank Godwyn Realty. Are you looking for your dream home? Well, if that's the case, you need to contact Joe Picolo at Godwyn Realty, right here in New Orleans. Joe can put you in your dream home right away. Joe Picolo and the folks over at Godwyn Realty put you in the house that you need. Even if you're looking to invest in some property, they'll do an excellent job with that as well. Contact Joe today at 504-251-8341. Again, that phone number is 504-251-8341. And also contact Joel at joel.godwynrealty.com. No. Yeah. I like it. Come on, y'all get it? Oh, come on. Oh. Do you want a revolution? Woo. Welcome back. It's Inside the Trenches, baby. We're live here at Small Sliders, 1635 Barataria Boulevard. And listen, my next guest and I, we really love that bumper music coming in, baby. Boy, you brought us back to that woo. Yes, indeed. Come on. Well, look, my next guest really needs no introduction if you're from the New Orleans area, but I'm going to go ahead and do that. Senior pastor over at Rocks of Ages right there at 2515 Franklin Avenue in New Orleans. If you're looking for a really nice, wholesome church-based church, definitely holler at my man, Pastor Jonathan Everette. You can follow him on Instagram at Past Everette. Check him out every morning, 6 a.m. Get your phone ready, man. He got a word for you. God. Thank you so much for coming on the show, baby. Hello, somebody.
Thank you all so very much. Hey, why y'all switch that music when I came on, bro? Like, y'all was hitting that, they not like us and all that. I thought y'all going to give me some Bone Thugs and Harmony or something. Why you think I wore the Dickie outfit? I wore it for a reason.
We like them dogs and the Dickie outfit, Pastor. We just wanted to make sure.
You know, Kurt had a little flavor with it. That's a little music there. Now, them beats wouldn't produce that here. I'm pretty sure he's going to do something with mustard here soon.
Track master.
It's going to be nasty, man. Thank y'all for letting me come on, man, and share our story.
Yeah. Now, before we get into the story, and like I said, I know bits and pieces of it, just following you over the last couple of years. I want to let our guests know, and if y'all just tuning in, we're live here at Small Sliders in Marrero, so feel free to come down. But we rocking the New Year's in 2024, the New Year's Eve deal. We bring it 2025 in Wright. There's a prison reform conference at the church. Talk to our viewers about that.
Man, you know, New Year's Eve this year, I don't think people really understand the essence of New Year's Eve from the church perspective. Okay. I think, to be honest with you, we want to like get into a deep conversation. We have over-spiritualized it, that a lot of African Americans are part of our ethnicity. We don't understand the real meaning of it, right? So this year, I wanted to bring like the meaning back to say New Year's Eve is an expression of liberation for the Emancipation Proclamation. Right. It's when we were liberated. The auction blocks were closed on New Year's Eve night, right? So that's where the Black Eyed Peas come and the Greens come. They ate it for good luck. So the family came around the table. They ate it because the next morning they didn't know if their father was going to be there or their mother was going to be there, because they'll take the fathers first because they're strong. They'll take the women because they can reproduce. So New Year's Eve really was black people coming together saying, let's see if we can eat together, have fun together, because tomorrow we might not be together. So that's what the celebration is all about. And so this year, we try our best to touch not just recidivism from a conversational perspective, but like really tap its socioeconomics, mental health. How do we expunge? You know, how we get expungement for people who have such long history in the judicial system. How do we get people, basketball games, celebrity basketball game. Man, we got the DA, Jason Williams, and John Fuller. Listen to that. John Fuller on one side, the DA on the other side.
Check that out.
Right. And they coach it, and they put me on one of their teams. I don't know what team I'm on. I'm not sure if I'm on Fuller's side or the DA side. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, they playing Leonard Fournette, like a bunch of people, man. Senator Rush Duplessis, Mac Terrence. I mean, a bunch of Marlon and Nick from World and Vision. And then we have a prison reform conversation panel with the sheriff, with the DA, with Troy, First 72. You got all these different people. Lawyers going to be there. They got breakout sessions. How we reconnect these individuals back to their families, get them reacclimated back into the system. And so that's what the prison reform, the celebrity basketball game is all about. And, man, if I tell you about the rest, man, I'll be here all night, man.
No, I do want to dive into that. I know CL had a question, but I really do want to dive into that. Okay, so now you got me going back to my LSU days, studying history. Yeah. So here in New Orleans, if I'm not mistaken, the 7th Ward, or at least around that area, there was a slave trade block there. Yeah. And now that we look at the way that we're approaching prison reform as a country, back then that was the prison reform was just you just enslaved, right? And then of course we know after that, when the slaves were freed, and that's when a lot of these laws and a lot of them were against black and browns. But as you just mentioned, you brought something that I must have skipped a chapter on in college. I didn't realize New Year's Eve the auctions were closed. And that's when families, I mean, back then they knit together, they prayed, they make sure that Lord let us be together the next day.
Man, listen, I grew up in a Fisher Project. Every night, every New Year's Eve, my mama made us get on our knees. Now, our prayers wasn't long.
Right.
Now, we started at 11:59. We probably done at 12:01. Right. But all of us had to get on our knees.
Yeah. You're supposed to bring in the new year on your knees.
Exactly, exactly. That where that come from, for family to be together, because the next morning,
I knew that.
we didn't know we was going into the new year with the same family we exited the old year with, man. So I wanted to bring that back and say, hey, man, we missing this. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a pastor. I've been pastoring for 11 years. I've been preaching for over 25 years. I've seen success. I traveled the globe. I've been to all these different continents and all that kind of stuff. And I'm looking saying, man, we missing out on some, like, great family moments. We don't even have to create them. It's there for us. Right. We just got to get back to the fundamentals of family. You know what I mean? I remember knocking on the door, borrowing sugar from somebody.
Oh, for sure. Straight up. And I didn't know you were born on the West Bank. So you went to Landry or Walker?
Man, I think I'm
Come on.
I think I'm an anomaly.
Probably. Come on. I want to hear this story.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting.
So, born on Eagle, born in, born in Eagle, grew up a little bit in the Callio, grew up in the Fisher Project. I asked my mother who she was running from. She had to be running from somebody. You come away from Eagle to the Fisher, went to Mara Henderson, went to Lil Walker. They had Lil Walker, right? Yeah, Lil Walker.
Come on.
My mother said, you ain't going to graduate in Orleans Parish because all my partners, Milton, Bo Lester, all of us used to hang together.
That's right, that crew.
Craig Davis, Keenan, all us, Darryl, all us.
Busting all the
Wow, Darryl's name been mentioned 2 times in a row. 2 weeks in a row.
Listen, we wasn't going to make it. Right. I wasn't going to make it. So she said, you got to go to Jefferson Parish. So then she shipped me over to Blvd. Went to West Jeff for 1 day. They suspended me.
Oh. That's where I graduated from.
Right. Damn, right, y'all ain't even did nothing yet.
Right.
They ain't do it yet. But then she said, nah, you got to go to Eric. So I graduated from Eric 2003.
Wow. All right, cool. So that whole crew, all right, well, we were all in high school at the same time. That makes a lot of sense, that Dwayne Bannister and all those guys. That was a crew. John, that just won the state championship. That's crazy.
Well, Pastor, that's not an anomaly. That's local 504 right there. I started out in the lower ninth ward. Ended up going to Livingston, getting expelled from Livingston, the first dude to get put on home study. Then I get kicked out, and then I end up at Call. But ended up graduating, got kicked out of Call, ended up graduating from Walker. So
it's a part of the process.
It's levels to it.
It made us.
But you know what's crazy, Pastor, and I'm so glad you talked about your base of, being from New Orleans and touching both sides of the river. How do we touch these children on both sides of the river and both sides of the reality and what they're facing, online and whatever? How do we touch these kids?
Man, the truth is we got to stop talking at them and start talking with them and having like real conversations. It's like really sitting down saying, hey, look, what's really bothering you, right? So, I teach our church all the time not to filter their feelings. Don't tell me you don't feel that. I know you feel that. You're a grown man. You're a grown woman. I'm a man. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's dig into this. Like, what's going through your mind right now? Like, why you thinking that? What's the root of that, right? Because we can deal with symptoms, but if we never, deal with the source, we back at the same symptoms over and over and over. So a lot of these kids looking for attention. A lot of these kids are looking for somebody to grab hold to. I was one of those kids. I didn't meet my father till I was 14 years of age, right? Wow. But going through the project, going through the breezeways, saying certain things, you get into all of that. There is no excuse. I'm the only male in my family that didn't spend time in jail. So this is these are not new circumstances. They are same circumstances. It's just somebody pulled me to the side and said, big brother, look, what you want your life to be? Why you got that anger on the inside of you? I went to Baton Rouge to a father and son breakfast, and the preacher said something that, man, it killed me, man, because I was walking around mad. If we shot marbles, I'm robbing you out your marbles. I want the boulder, the spider. I want give me all that. We ain't even shooting dice. I want that. And then if we go to the corner store, I want the food stamps, the brown buck, all that. The old man told me, he said, man, you walking around angry that you never met your father. He said, but your father only can give you what he had.
That was rich.
Wow.
He said, you're expecting something from somebody that don't have it.
That's a good point. No,
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so,
that's huge.
But that was a hard reality, though. So I had to go and get around some real men to teach me how to be a man. You know what I mean? Just because it's not available to me doesn't mean I can't be exposed to it.
Copy that.
I want to talk to you about that because I can tell you come up in the right environment, a loving environment. Yeah. Your family influence growing up, because I mean you basically, we all the same age. My good friend Aisha over there, she graduated with y'all 03 from West Jeff. I graduated 04. CL got a few moons on us. That was before the 99 to 2000. You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna keep that to church business.
I barely made my graduation, but I got up out of there.
Yeah. Thank you, Lord.
Hey, I went to a rehearsal to see if I was graduating.
He had to see it to believe it. That's
Right. Hey, I ain't go to rehearsal because I knew I was like that.
Right.
I went to see if they're gonna call my name.
Right.
But go ahead, man. I'm sorry, man.
Just I can just
quit,
tell, man. I can tell y'all grew up ribbing and clowning and all that.
Right.
What was family like for you coming up?
Man, it was busy, man. We didn't wear our emotions on our shoulders. You know, like today you say, boy, you look, woo to woo, da 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 da. Man, we ain't about to kill each other because I said your shoes dirty.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, if I say such and such, I ain't trying to get on your top like that. Like, a lot of people, like, they just wear their emotions. I believe, honestly, man, we're living in the most sensitive in society.
Sure. Oh, for sure.
I'm talking
might
about
need more time on this segment.
overly sensitive.
Overly.
You know what I mean?
Overly.
Like, and it's probably because it is overly informed or misinformed, right? Because I believe people are not as mean as they are ignorant. You feel what I'm saying?
Yes, indeed.
So
Yes,
wherever
indeed.
ignorance are, darkness is. People just oversensitive. Everything they take offense to. Listen, I have a philosophy I live by, been living by it all my life. If you do not know me personally, I don't take nothing you say personal.
Right, because you don't know me.
You don't know me. Why am I sitting here arguing with somebody who don't know me?
Right.
So you judging based on a snapshot, man, not even my story.
No, I want y'all to hear that, especially the young audience. You heard what he just said. I don't know him personally, so how could I say anything to rupture his heart or make him feel a certain way if we never met? And I think to circle back to your question earlier about getting to the youth, and we can really just implant that into their minds.
Right.
Because think about it. And if you look at other cultures, and we won't get too deep into it, they don't have these issues because of that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like if you look at it, I know a couple of my buddies from college, I'm going to beat you up, dude. They're talking to their buddies, their cousin. Now, they bloody after the fight, but it's all love the next day to parents because they actually really mad at each other. They know each other. But that's the furthest it'll go. And I really wish our culture, our environment would really
Man,
adopt
I was sitting in JJIC talking to the kids. Councilman Freddie King was like, Pastor, I need you to come. So I go over there, man. I listen to each and every one of those kids, and every last one of them said about the mentor. They talked about they didn't have the parents. They talked about the circumstances wasn't right. And I paused. I said, man, let me tell each and every one of y'all something. There's two things I want y'all to hear before I leave this center. Number one, I have to wake up every morning and look for another mentor in the area of my life that I'm suffering in.
Right.
Because one mentor can't mentor you in every area.
Hello.
Right. Need multiple.
You need multiple people. So you telling me you didn't find one? No, I'm a 39-year-old man still looking for another. Because every time I reach another level, I'm at the floor of that level.
Exactly.
I know
you called me because like legit. Okay, so full circle here. I want to give flowers where it's due. Coach Sean is here.
Yeah.
Coach Sean, ever since we were young men in our mid-20s, me and my good friend Chandler, all us around the same age, we 04, he was giving us life lessons on how to move forward, not just in business, but in relationships as well. Yeah. Now, my dad gave me a lot, right? But it's almost like classic Rich Dad, Poor Dad. You'll get something from that male figure. So I want to give my boys flowers, man. I remember them conversations sitting at Cafe Hope. Man, do that. A lot of that stuff is still implemented now. That's a good point.
No, that's real talk, man. That's the first thing I told them. And then the second thing I told them is every day I wake up, I have to do something I don't want to do.
Oh, for sure.
No, that's real talk.
Hello.
Like, that's every day I wake up, I got to do something I really don't want to do. And that's the only way that you get where you want to be. There's no person on this earth that they did everything they wanted to do and became successful.
Oh, wow.
I failed way more than I succeeded.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
And actually it's one of my philosophies that I live by, that you don't learn from wins, you learn from failures.
Oh, facts.
And what I notice about the youth is they're almost scared to fail.
Yeah.
So that means you're missing out on the lesson.
Yeah.
You're missing out on the character builder.
Yeah.
You're missing out on how to conduct yourself when you're in an arena of thousands or maybe hundreds or even in the presence of a church.
Yeah.
So with that being said, Pastor, you on both sides, I'm on both sides.
Yeah.
You're on Franklin. Tell them exactly where the church is. Because you hear Franklin, West Bank people think West Bank Franklin. East Bank people think East. Boy, like I ain't listening to Chris, I ain't listening to CL and them, Pastor them. I don't know where to show up at. Tell them where the church
man,
at, man.
It's where the old Franklin used to be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
25,
Big boy.
15. Yeah,
Yeah, right off
just
Elysian
acquired
Fields.
it. Yeah, we just acquired that building,
Yes, sir.
70,000 square foot,
Woo.
gymnasium.
Hold on, bro. We're going to give one of them
Yeah.
drink champs clap for that one.
Yeah, man. So we've been in there since September, and we're just saying, like, I mean, it's crazy, man.
Correct.
So, you know, this year along, and I'm going to circle back to what we're doing for New Year's Eve. This year we did resurrection service at Ted Gomlin for the first time in history.
Remember that, yeah.
Here's what
Ted
people-
Gomlin Stadium.
Ted Gomlin Stadium. And so we had close to 10,000 people out there. But this is what people didn't know, and I had to circle back and put another marketing spin on it. They didn't know that Ted Gomlin sit on a land that used to be a plantation.
Wow.
Man, that's two you didn't drop today. And I knew we had a couple of them around the city, but I didn't know that.
No, that was a plantation, right?
All the time we done trained over there.
Yeah, and when they sold that land, they gave them 20 slaves and gave them 8 slaves extra, right? As an appreciation token. So you see 10,000 of us out there on what used to be a plantation. So I did that. Everything that I do, I try to be calculated and say, nah, we're not going there. We didn't go there just to have a stadium. We could have came to Berman.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like we could have
exactly.
we could have. I mean, yeah, we could have went everywhere.
Right.
But I wanted to make sure that we broke that mold for 2 reasons. Number one, for the church scene to say, why are we not out there like that? I travel the globe, man. I see them doing it in California, D.C., Detroit. And I'm like, wait 1 second. New Orleans can't just be known for parties, man. We got
That's a good
Christians
point.
down here too. So why we can't come out there? And when we went out there, I put big old LED walls, the big old truck they use for Jazz Fest, because I want them to know the church ain't broke either.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
right.
So when you came out there, you're like, yeah, that cost right there, that microphone cost right there. Like
All
you
that
could
cost.
you could have took that calculator out and did your thing, right? So you put 10,000 in Ted Gomlin. Tomorrow we putting 5,000 into Xavier Convocation Center at night. Where we have 100 couples renewing their vows. We're giving away 1,000 pair.
Okay.
We're giving away 1,000 pair of fresh Nike tennis shoes, right? And then we're giving out over 100,000 pounds of fresh produce and dry foods.
Okay.
Why I do this type of stuff? I do it because of family. I do it because I remember in the project that they used to do it for us. So
That's
when
right.
people say, hey, Pastor, what's your secret? I don't have no secret, man. This ain't no secret. Hey, what's your creativity? There ain't no creativity. I approach ministry based on the needs of people.
Needs.
If there's a need, my
We
job
address
is
it.
that my
Hello,
job is to
somebody.
address it, right?
Yes, sir. Yes,
So
sir.
that's why the Reform
Wow.
Conference, that's why the food and the tennis shoes and the couples renewing and all that type of stuff, because there's needs.
Okay, I want to take one more step back. We got to go back to Ted Gomlin, right? Now, this is a sports show
Yeah.
inside the trenches. Think of the reparations of that, right? Think of the Leonard Fournettes and, you know, the soon-to-be Shane Paytons and Cornell Harris's that, you know, about to get a couple of little NIL dollars. All that reparation from them games was played right there. You know, we done played some legendary games on that field. So that's a really interesting point. I find that pretty cool.
Well, it's actually amazing, Pastor, and you know, you truly learn something new every day. And obviously, I have learned something new knowing about Ted Gomlin Stadium. And I guess now all the oak trees make so much more
it makes
sense.
sense now.
It makes so much more sense. And the land and the average New Orleanian has no clue how big City Park is, let alone Ted Gomlin. There's a Bass Pro fishing tournament. 600 fishermen come in to catch fish in Ted Gomlin Stadium. So just knowing that just people from all over the world come to somewhere that dealt with so much devastation. Because if you think about Katrina and how Reggie Bush put his money towards bringing Ted Gomlin back. So inside of New Orleans, there's always so much more history than we've ever known. And you need, once again, leadership, mentorship to be able to tell you these things that you would have never even thought of, let alone known.
Man, I'm going to tell you this. Both Ted Gomlin, Xavier Convocation Center. I'm going to tell you how all this came about. Ted Gomlin, I used to go run it during the pandemic.
Right.
Because they were telling you keep your
Me too.
respiratory system up,
Me
right.
too.
I go hit them stairs, all the way around. Almost died a couple of times.
Me too. Me too.
Got weak at the knees with my heart.
Looking around, see if somebody that'll help you
I'm
just
like,
in case it go wrong.
Go ahead on and sit down, sit this one out, right? And I stood there one day and I was like, man, what would it look like to have people out here praising God in the open heaven? So I dreamed that. I just had that vision. 2019, I went to my little nephew graduation at Xavier Convocation Center. I really think I missed Slim walking across the stage because I wasn't really there, right? I'm sitting up top, and I was thinking to myself, I said, man, what this place would look like with a whole bunch of people. On the flip side, how can we create a safe space for these kids that they're not dodging bullets on New Year's Eve, right? But they can come and be wholesome and have a lot of fun. So tomorrow is a fulfillment of another dream. So I tell everybody who come around, man, I just dream it. And then you can't tell me no. I live by one more philosophy. If God says yes, no is the wrong answer. And I don't care who I get it from. You got to kill me. You can't tell me no. If a yes right there, man, you're going to have to kill me to tell me no, right? Because I believe it's going to come to pass. If I dream it, if I see it, I don't care what nobody say. And there's so many people say a whole bunch of stuff. They try to stop us from resurrection. Now, the crazy part about that is we come Sunday, right? The Crescent City Classic was Saturday.
Oh, wow.
So they was calling the city, the mayor, the councilman. They was calling all them that Sunday when we was in there. Oh, it's too loud over there. They got too many people blocking the driveway. Oh, they were doing all kinds of stuff. The councilmen was sitting in front of the church service.
Right, exactly.
They were like, Rev, just go ahead on and preach, Rev. You know what I mean? So, but you just look at all that tension. So a lot of people say, man, we see what Pastor doing, but it come with a lot of pressure. You feel what I'm saying? I get it from all sides. But I don't care, because if you don't know me personally.
Right.
That's right. That's right.
New levels, new devils.
Hey, I know what my demons, and I know where my enemies at. I know where I left them.
Right. I know that's right.
You see what I'm saying?
I want to get back to the celebrity basketball game and the prison reform. So this is open to the public. Could anybody come?
They can slide on us. I'm going to say they can come through for the Lord. They can come through for Jesus.
I like it.
Hey, my bad, man.
No,
they can really come through. 2515 Franklin Avenue. We're going to have all of those things at the church during the day. So it's open, food trucks, all that kind of stuff going to be there for people to have a very festive time, man. And I just really want people to come get the resources. Right, because a lot of people say, "Man, what are resources at? How can I get this off my record? Like serious expungement? I ain't talking about the lawyer who say, "Oh, you just give me your bread and send you through so many loops." I'm talking about real people. And then First 72, who really, really, really doing the work, who have experience, guys coming out after 30 years, after 40 years, getting them jobs, getting them health care, getting them IDs, driver's license, CDLs. You feel what I'm saying? Like real reform. We ain't talking about just hey man, look, go clean some trash up. We're talking about real reform. And so all that's going to be throughout the day, man. I'm excited about the basketball game, man. I probably play 2 minutes, then I'm out of there. Straight up.
Well, I see y'all got Bo on that thing.
Yeah, I had to call Bo. Bo on my team. I don't know what team, but you better.
You got some trainers.
You talking about a living legend now.
Yeah, me and Bo grew up together in the same house.
That's right, man. You got my man Mac Terrence, Marlon. Marlon, I trained him with Concord Sports, and he was a wide receiver in college. So you got some athletes. Yeah, you got some ballers in there.
I had to beat Michael Oldham. You know, Paul.
Mix it in.
I don't know what Bonehead gonna do. He might be out of shape.
Now Leonard is in shape. Leonard is going. Y'all going to probably.
Leonard in shape?
I'm gonna tell you right now, it's gonna probably have to be these two that graduated together, Marlon and Leonard. Marlon can keep up with them, man. You go ahead and put. I'm looking at the name, the roster. You know, this kind of like when we did the master.
You ain't back up. You ain't coming off the bench.
You know what? I would have, but LSU got the game, so I got to. Come on, man. I was going to invite myself to this game. Come on, you know how we do it, Coach.
He was on a No Limit All-Star.
This what this remind me of.
That's what I'm saying.
And look, they made me stick. I had to switch the zone. They had me sticking Michael Thomas, man to man. Then I had to go Elvin Kamara, and that was the young cats.
That's tough.
I was in my 30s already. I don't know about that. So talk to me about halftime. $25,000 scholarship deal.
Yeah, to the kids, man. We pick kids who have both parents are incarcerated. Okay. And we try our best to. We did several social services and different partnerships to make sure these kids have some bleak of hope for college. That money going to college. That money ain't going to their bank account for them to go splurge. That money going to provide for them later on in life and make sure they have a college degree Guaranteed. Yeah, man. Nice. That's what it's all about, man. This look, man, you know, as much as the church get a lot of backlash, you know, I tell our church all the time, look, man, I raise an offering different at our church. I don't got 20 minutes to beg you to give. say, bro, you came here with what you know you gonna give already.
That's right.
No, we grown. If I got to tell you what 10% is, we got a bigger problem. Right. You feel what I'm saying? Like, hey, you know what you gonna give? I know what I'm gonna give, so let's just go on and give. But I'm a big advocate for church to make sure that the people see their money.
That's right.
You feel what I'm saying? And we ain't talking about wasteful and people talk. I don't get into all that either. I get into the principle of saying I don't know what they doing, but I know what I'm doing, right? And that is we're trying to affect change amongst our people and affect change in our community.
Well, before we let you go, I want to talk about your book, Driven by Design. Talk to our listeners about that.
Oh, man. You know about that.
We got to plug the book in. I got to check. I ain't read it yet, but 2025, I want to do a book. That's something Coach Sean told me to do a long time ago. I want to do a book a month. And you had to bust me off.
Man, I'm going to have to send it to you, man.
Bestseller, huh?
Yeah.
Bestseller?
So we did a book called Driven by Design because there's a thought that something is driving you, right? It's not necessarily what you running towards as much as what you're running from. Trauma, problems, pains, understanding like different things that you can reciprocate in your life if you're not careful, calculated. How to, and this is big for everybody who really out there in the public eye. One of the major things I had to learn, and that's pretty much the nucleus of the book, is how to manage people and pain in public.
Say that again.
Like manage people and pain while you're in the public eye. That's what we die at. We die on the sword because we're trying to please both public and private life, and we don't know how to manage the two. And to be able to do that without having hard course corrections, like turns, like, hey man, I seen him up there, but boom, he on that dope or something. You know what I mean? Like those hard turns is because we don't know how to compartmentalize people. If you put Drew Brees as a wide receiver,
he ain't gonna be that good.
He's not gonna flourish because he's not in the right position.
Right.
He's on the right team, but not in the right position. So everybody in my life don't need to get cut off. I just got to put them in the right place.
That makes sense.
You feel what I'm saying?
That's huge.
Like if every time I see you got a new group of friends, that's a problem.
That's something that's going on. Something going on there.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Well, y'all give Pastor Everette a round of applause for coming on the show, man. Thank you so much.
Man.
Got to get you back on for the new year for sure.
No.
Senior pastor at Rocks of Ages. Y'all make sure y'all check them out. 2515 Franklin Avenue in New Orleans, baby, right off Elysian Fields. And look, you go on follow him at Pastor Everette every morning. He gives you his word. Get you started.
Be half asleep, but I got
That's right.
They can pledge replay. They can pledge replay.
Let's go. Y'all ready? It's Inside the Trenches. We live there at Small Sliders. Don't go nowhere. We'll be joined by the defensive lineman, baby, Shane Payton, and my main man, Big Cheese, Cornell Harris. I'll talk a little football. It's Inside the Trenches, baby. Hello. Are you a student athlete looking to take your career to the next level? Look no further than Conquer Sports Pros. That's right, Conquer Sports Pros. Our team of experts will get you guys on the right path to your student-athlete journey in life. That's right, we have every position in football you need, and we also help out with other sports. At Conquer Sports Pros, you have everything from a list of consultation, training, and also media training. Yeah, that's right, when you take your career to the next level, play college and hopefully pro, you'll get lots of interviews. Call Conquer Sports Pros today. You can reach them at 504-319-6672 or visit marlonfavorite.com for more information. Hello, somebody.
Hi, it's Alberto Montero. We got a great selection of vehicles in and out of here on a daily basis. We offer financing. All Carfaxes are online, and all our vehicles are serviced and inspected before sale. Best selection and prices in all of the New Orleans metro area. Come visit us today at 1512 North Causeway in the heart of Metairie. Come check us out at MonteroMotors.com.
Montero Motors, a proud sponsor of Inside the Trenches, ESPN New Orleans.
Hello, somebody. It's your boy Marlon, Big Favorite. And when I'm hungry, I like to make my way to Small Sliders, 1635 Barataria Boulevard, Marrero, Louisiana. Simple on purpose. When I tell you their burgers are delicious, have some great sauce on them, I'm telling you, when you're just hungry and just need to grab a quick bite, this is the perfect place for you. Small Sliders, the Customer service is nice. It's somewhere you can bring the family, hang out and chill, enjoy the atmosphere. Now I'm a big boy, so when I like to take my small sliders, I like to get the biggest smalls. Double patties, bacon, cheese, you name it. Just a delicious burger. And I like to top it off with my favorite, the cookies and cream milkshake. There are 3 delicious flavors: milkshake, chocolate, vanilla, and cookies and cream. Small sliders. Simple on purpose. Y'all come on and slide through, baby. And let them know that you heard about them on Inside the Trenches with your boy Marlon Big Favor Wright. Watch out there now.
Step Construction is here for you with a brand new offer. We now provide affordable storage sheds. Stop wasting your money on overpriced storage units and portable containers. Step Construction can provide you with a custom shed that will fit your budget and storage needs. So contact Step Construction today at 504-340-5809 for your own personal quote. Let us help you take the next step at Step Construction.
Listen up. Your customers, our listeners, could be hearing about your business right now. Yeah, right now. Don't miss out on the opportunity to advertise with NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. Call our business department today at 504-475-4793 to hear about our great rates. NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. We provide the people, you provide the business.
It's that boy Fred, host of FanView Podcast. Tune into the NOTN app weekdays, 3:30 for the FanView Podcast. Go to NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com to watch more episodes of FanView Podcast. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and watch.
I want to say thank you to all of our viewers, all of our listeners, everybody that check us out on New Orleans Talk Network, all of y'all who streams us. We appreciate y'all from the bottom of our hearts. And we want to thank our sponsors as well, baby. We right here, Small Sliders Live. Thank you, Small Sliders, for providing us with this spot to do our thing. We want to thank Montero Motors, Crown Car Wash. We want to thank Godwyn Realty.
Are you looking for your dream home? Well, if that's the case, you need to contact Joe Picolo at Godwyn Realty, right here in New Orleans. Joe can put you in your dream home right away. Joe Picolo and the folks over at Godwyn Realty put you in the house that you need. Even if you're looking to invest in some property, they'll do an excellent job with that as well. Contact Joe today at 504-251-8341. Again, that phone number is 504-251-8341. And also contact Joel at joel.godwynrealty.com. No need to dream anymore. Godwyn Realty will put you in the dream house of your reality. Hello, somebody. Hello, somebody. It's the host of Inside the Trenches podcast, Marlon Big Favor Wright. Did you know Small Sliders had an app? You can go to your Google Play Store or your Apple Store right now, download the Small Sliders app in Marrero, and order your food right now. You want to get a number 2? Well, slide through. 1635 Barataria Boulevard in Marrero. Small Sliders, simple on purpose.
In New Orleans, football is more than a game. It's a way of life. And just like our offensive line, we protect what matters most. With the big game in New Orleans at Evertte Security Solutions, we don't just protect, we lead. And now, we're hiring the best to join our team. Call 504-392-4424 or visit EvertteSecuritySolutions.com. Evertte Security is a proud partner Inside the Trenches on ESPN New Orleans.
Hello, I'm Shelton Jordan with Lamarque Crescent City Ford. If you are in need of a commercial vehicle, I'm here to help. From F-150s to Super Duty trucks or chassis to cargo vans, passenger vans, or if you're in need of a vehicle to be upfitted, we can build it especially for you. Or if you're looking for a truck or SUV, I can also help you at Lamarque Ford Store in Kenner. Feel free to call me at 504-734-3579 and ask for Shelton. Lamarque Crescent City Ford is a proud partner of Inside the Trenches on ESPN New Orleans.
Hello, somebody. This is Robert Wolf. If you are in need of construction or real estate services, project management services, give us a call at 504-393-2445.
Well, hello. Like Rob just said, hit up Robert Wolf Construction and Real Estate for your real estate and construction needs. And let them know you heard about them on Inside the Trenches with Marlon Wright on ESPN New Orleans. Hello, somebody. Are you a student athlete looking to take your career to the next level? Look no further than Conquer Sports Pros. That's right, Conquer Sports Pros. Our team of experts will get you guys on the right path to your student athlete journey in life. That's right, we have every position in football you need, and we also help out with other sports. At Conquer Sports Pros, you have everything from a list of consultation, training, and also media training. Yeah, that's right, when you take your career to the next level, play college and hopefully pro, you'll get lots of interviews. Call Conquer Sports Pros today. You can reach them at 504-319-6672 or visit marlonfavorite.com for more information. Hello, somebody.
Hi, it's Alberto Montero. We got a great selection of vehicles in and out of here on a daily basis. We offer financing, all Carfaxes are online, and all our vehicles are serviced and inspected before sale. Best selection and prices in all of the New Orleans metro area. Come visit us today at 1512 North Causeway in the heart of Metairie. Come check us out at monteromotors.com.
Well, hello, somebody. Welcome back to Inside the Trenches. It's your host, Marlon Big Favorite, and that's right, baby. We live here at Small Sliders, 1635 Barataria Boulevard in Marrero. That music is screaming, boy. I like that beat. They got me about to freestyle, huh?
Come on.
They know how we do this. Look, these kids, these young men, should I say, they come to my training sessions all the time, so they already know I get on that beat ASAP. It's Inside the Trenches, baby. We live here at Small Sliders. I want to take the time to thank a few of our sponsors. We want to thank Godwyn Realty for all that they do for the show. Hit my man Joel up, Joel at GodwynRealty.com. If you're looking to, whether you're refinancing your house or you're looking to become a new homeowner, my main man Joel got you. I want to stick on the residential side and talk about my main man Robert Wolf. He's over there at 143. Yeah, that's I love you. Got them. We used to text back in the day in the beepers. 143 Lapalco, baby. They don't know nothing about them beepers. Over there at Gretna, Louisiana, if you're looking to get some reconstruction to your house, other than refinance, other than reconstruction to your house, new construction, my main man Robert Wolf got you covered. Robert Wolf in construction right here on the West Bank. Well, we're still here at Small Sliders, and the name of the show is Inside the Trenches. So when we get some defensive linemen on the show, we big time. My man over there to the far right of me is Shane Payton Hodges, right out of St. Aug. Redshirt freshman year at Jacksonville State University in Alabama. And then his teammate the year after leaves St. Aug, Cornell Harris. We call him Big Cheese. Big Cheese over there at Alabama State representing fellas. Welcome to Inside the Trenches. Yes, indeed. So, all right. Right. First, both of y'all basically first seasons in the book. Talk to us about, we'll start with you, Shane. Talk to us about this football season. Did you reach your expectations? Did you oversee what you thought you was going to do? Talk to us about your time out there in Alabama.
I'll say this season was a successful season. We ended up winning the conference championship, second year FBS too.
Okay.
The first year we're eligible to win the conference championship. I think the main, point of this season for me was just growing from that redshirt freshman year. Going from a guy who had 20 sacks in high school, playing with Cornell and them, being a big-time player at St. Aug, to sitting down another year because I transferred when I was in high school. You guys, Cornell. When I transferred to St. Aug, I was forced to sit out due to the LHSA high school rules and transferring, which I think I outdid it personally, but that's just me. But after having to sit out,
CL too.
Your boy, don't get us started.
Messing up a lot of kids.
Yeah, don't get us started.
I'm not starting that, but having to sit out again, it was just another reflection year for me. You know, I had to train, come working out with you, and working out with different trainers, getting better, and growing mentally, spiritually, and physically as a player.
Now, I want to ask you that earlier. Where did you transfer from? Because I thought you, when you told me that, I'm like, I didn't realize, I just thought you was a different sport guy.
I played my freshman year at Lusher Charter School. It's actually got rebranded, and it's called the Willow School now. It's uptown off Everette Street. And I was there, then COVID hit, so the old Forsyth. That's right. So I COVID hit, so I had to sit out that season, and then after that I transferred my junior year, and they made me sit out my junior year at St. Aug. So I only really played one season of high school football,
and you had 20 sacks that year.
Yeah, he balled out. See, he was way smaller than that too.
It seemed like you did other people a favor, bro.
Yeah, we had to go get it for sure.
So, gentlemen, your first year of college, you graduated from the great St. Aug High School. Now you're in college. It's all co-ed. It's all love. What are some of the adjustments that you gentlemen have to make now that you are big time guys on the college campus?
I'm gonna let Cornell go first.
He has the HBCU.
Yeah. Oh no.
The biggest switch I had to realize, because I've been at St. Aug since I was in 8th grade.
Okay.
So I was just used to seeing the same dudes every other day. You know, when I got to college, it opened my eyes a lot because it opened up my eyes. Like, not just that, just like networking with different people.
Right.
You know, doing study groups with different people. Because people don't realize college is people from all around the world, so you get to learn different stuff. So I'm kind of glad that I got in a situation of finally seeing what a co-ed school was like. But the experience for me was good so far.
I mean, if anybody knows me, sometimes I cheat a little bit. So I stepped off when we were at a commercial break, and I went and talked to these young men right quick just to get a grasp of it all. Gentlemen, a lot of people don't realize that college isn't for everyone, but Chris Lombard, feels that everybody should try it out. Tell your peers that's watching right now, why should they go to college, and why did you guys go to college?
Outside of football, I feel like college gave me the chance to network with different people from all across the world, not even just in America, but you got foreign people, people from different ethnicities, and we went to St. Aug, all boys, all black school, so we're around each other all 24/7. So I think going to college, it just, like he said, opened up my eyes to the different types of people they are. I'll say this: every person is a one of one. You're not gonna find the same exact person. God made everybody different, so I think it's just a blessing to be able to network and intertwine with all those different type of people.
Yeah, and to add on to that, I feel like college is also something that everybody should experience, mainly off just seeing different people. Like I said, networking by you might take an intro to Spanish class. There's never been like a person that go to St. Aug that was Spanish that I know of.
Right.
That's a good point.
Like, I'll go in the intro to Spanish class. There's a Spanish person in my same dorm that doesn't take the class with me, but if you talk to different people every day, you can finally see like, oh yeah, he can help me. But just not talking to nobody and just trying to be to yourself in college, that's not how it works, because it's built to meet new people and try to network with different people.
And they made a good point, CL. And one thing that was different with them from us, we stayed in state for school. You went to Northwestern State, I went to LSU. So when he brought up the diverse thing, going to Alabama State, for you Jacksonville State, both of those universities are in Alabama. You probably a little more diverse by you, right? And for you,
my man in Monkey Town, so I know he.
And for him, it's pretty cool.
Well, Montgomery, right? Yeah, Monkey Town.
That's right.
Yeah.
So, but this the whole deal with that. For him, pedigree, because his uncle Sean Burris went to Grambling.
Oh.
So to see. You've been hearing about HBCUs, and even Coach Ryan, them boys come from, and they was playing ball.
Yeah, different coaches like Stanley Schofield, he went to Southern. My Uncle Sean, they just introduced me to HBCUs. And people don't know, people at HBCUs, the coaches, the teachers, they care about you.
Right.
They care about everything you do. Like I still have a relationship with my teachers and my coach. They still check on me today. And I just feel like everybody should get experience, not even for football, just to go to HBCU, just to experience it.
Now that's real. If y'all are just tuning in to Inside the Trenches, we're joined by Sean, Coach Sean over there, Shane Hodges, and my man Charles. I talked to Charles Alexander earlier. I call him Cheese. Cornell Harris. Y'all be sure to follow them at it's Cornell H _
Yes, sir.
And you just have
__ Shane 4K.
4K. Y'all follow them. Telling them both of them got highlights up from this year, so I'm telling you, it's entertaining pages. Speaking of, let's go on the field for a second. You and I were talking earlier at workout, and you was just saying that, man, I didn't anticipate getting this much playing time. I want to see you played in like 10 games. Yeah. You moved on the inside. That was something new for you. Right. I guess talk to our listeners about that experience playing a little bit on the interior defensive line and just having to make that adjustment.
I would say you just gotta keep adapting in life. Like things keep evolving. You just gotta find a way to adapt, or you're gonna fall off. So I had to. I wasn't the biggest guy coming into college. I came in 225. Off season, I worked out with Coach Marlon, a couple other guys in the city, and got my weight up to 240, 250.
Wow, that's a big jump.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a big jump. It's a big jump.
I was playing in the type of defense we ran. We switched defensive coordinator, so my role on defense switched to a whole different type of role. So I had to keep adapting as a player and just finding different ways to evolve my game. That means watching different type of players. Like I was watching nose guards. Before this year, I would never watch anybody like any nose guards at all. But I just think if you want to be great at something, you're going to find a way to do it. Like that's what you got to do.
That's right. And I want to bring the same question at you, just slightly different, because you guys had different experiences. You redshirted last year because Shane actually came out the 22 class.
23.
23?
Yeah, 23. He's 24.
You're 20. That's right.
Yeah,
the last football season of the 22 season, though, right?
Yeah,
My bad. I always go off the season. But, yeah, your class, you had your little Thompson, tossed your hat. That was in, correct. But he redshirted, right? So you had a year to develop. Cheese had to play right away. He was a true freshman, but you faced a little adversity during the season, having an injury. But you had a lot of momentum going into that. I guess talk to our listeners about that adjustment for you, having to deal with that adversity of bouncing back from your injury.
Bouncing back from the injury was crucial because I never even thought about getting hurt ever. Like you ask Shane, like if you was at practice, if I had like a little knick-knack, I'm not getting out. I get to college, I mean, it can happen to anybody, so that's why I keep God in my prayers 25-8, because anything can happen at any time. So that game I did get hurt, I was like asking God, like, why me? I was crying on the field, and I talked to my mama right after, because she was watching. She never missed a game. She always watching virtually, or she's there.
Nice.
But it's crucial because my team needed me at that time because, our D lineman was getting hurt, but Coach Eddie, he told me I was going to play right away because he said he knew the school I came from. He was like, he know what I can do. Right. But every game I played, but that game in particular, trials and tribulations happened, but I've been doing good. I've been going to action to get rehab, come to you, stay with my brother. My brother be keeping me in high press. Yeah, my little brother keep me in good press. Yeah. Right. Yeah, but just that whole, that's.
And CL, I can say that at the workout earlier, he is improving. He's taking it step by steps. He did most of the drills today, so he's getting right.
Well, that's what we want to do, gentlemen, and that's what we want to focus on, getting better every day. Even if it's 1%, we want to get better every day. With that being said, gentlemen, what are you guys' future plans as far as not just – because usually when kids are in college, the first thing we're trying to get them to think about is what they're doing outside of college. You guys are freshly into college. They have the NIL situations. They have everything going on. What are you guys' future plans inside of college while you're here now? What do you see yourself doing?
Like I said, continue networking and really just find different ways to build generational wealth. I think NIL gives us a unique opportunity that even Coach Marlon, you didn't have when you were in school.
None of us.
We get the opportunity to, get a little reparations for what we put our bodies through every day. And I think fans don't really see the ins and outs and day-to-day of college football, but it's a lot of hard work. Like, it's 9 to 5s are hard, and trust me, I get it, but this is you putting your body on the line every single day. So
and still got to go to study.
Exactly. Then you got to go to class right after that. And I'll say this to all the young athletes. Go to class. I would say that growing and maturing, is what you're going to do in college. Like, not going to class, not being on top of your studies, that's not the way to go.
It makes you grow up faster, too.
Yeah, you're gonna figure it out.
You got to wash your clothes by yourself. If the calf closed, you got to figure out how you're going to eat because you had a random 6 p.m. meeting with the coach. So you got to
miss the calf. That's right.
Do all type of stuff like that. You still got to get groceries and stuff. So, like, it made me,
Yeah, I see it because I want to say this was, you did come last all season for a couple of sessions, Shane. But even from there, I saw you got bigger. But you had more responsibility this year. You had to mature more. Whereas for you, Coach Eddie saw something in you in high school. I remember I talked to him about his incoming freshman, Mr. Harris, coming in when we did the HBCU Legends Classic last year. And he was genuinely excited about having you come in and potentially playing as a freshman, but you had to mature faster to play, so that says a lot about your development.
Yes, sir.
I want to start with you, Shane, on this first question. When you watch today's NFL game, which defensive end
stole my question?
Oh man, look, I stole your thunder. My bad. Well, you got to. I guess I'm gonna leave the question for you to ask the next one.
Yeah, you know that's my thing. As far as your game goes, my brother, who do you
my brother, this is my question. He looked at my sheet when he asked me.
Who do you see yourself? Who do you model your game after? Who do you want to be look compared to as far as your game?
I would say those guys that I'm not a genetic freak by any means. I'm not a 6'6" guy.
I just stood next to you. Yes, you are.
I mean, I'm tall, but I'm not.
6'3.5".
I'm tall for sure, but I'm not. It's not. My size is not a unique thing in my game. I think what separates me from most is my mental aspect and my ability to get off the rock and just find ways to get the job done, no matter what situation I'm in, and my versatility as a player. In the NFL, I'll probably model my game after guys like T.J. Watt, Khalil Mack, Danielle Hunter, Will Anderson, those type of guys off the edge, and just guys who really get after it. Not freaks of nature, but they are freaks of nature. Don't get me wrong for sure, but guys who have that high motor, that's definitely my thing. Just a high motor type guy.
Yeah.
I can tell you right now, he's built like Jerry Hughes and he plays like Jerry Hughes.
Well, I went to touch his shoulder, but I ended up getting up here and hit this little hill up here.
He needs the whole arm. I can't wait to get on the field. He's getting it in. Well,
the same question to this gentleman. He ain't getting off. He ain't getting off.
I like to model my style by like people I see as my size, so like Brandon Graham, Aaron Donald, Quentin Williams.
I'm familiar.
Growing up, I was watching Coach Favorite.
Okay, all right.
I like those details because they don't rely on strength; they just rely on heart. Because a lot of those O-linemen in NFL like 6'6", 6'5".
Sure.
Them dudes without shoes on, legit like 5'10", 5'11". But they work more. Their motors are crazy.
No, you definitely Quinn Williams. Like you built like him. Y'all kind of look the same.
We've been saying that.
You like him mixed with like Rob 49. Like y'all all in one.
Do you know who Gerald McCoy is?
Gerald McCoy. Yeah, he used to play for the Buccaneers.
Yes.
Yeah, y'all don't know this, but I ain't gonna lie, our parents are here, so I'm kind of snitching on that. But we used to be in class after we got our work done. You could ask our teachers. We watching all type of players all throughout the day on YouTube. Anything we could find.
They was tripping out earlier because we had the training video with Isaiah Foskey out. And one of the players was like, "Who is that?" And they started tapping and laughing like,
"I don't know how he
dog at Notre Dame."
Yeah, he went. See, one number 7. That's crazy.
But we all know the game is 90% mental, 10% physical.
That's the point.
You have to be able to let your mind go and go after it. And I believe, honestly, that's Mr. Falsey's problem.
Yes, sir.
Well, I think he's gonna be all right. I think mentally, because he's young. And I was talking to him about that earlier. I didn't really. Thinking back, hindsight 2020, I was probably about maybe 23 years old when I got in the Matrix, right? When it started to become second nature. I'm Neo. But other than that, like when you first get to college football or when you first get to the NFL, your brain running because it slowed up to those guys that been there for 3 years. And that's another thing. I won't bring that up. We brought this up at class earlier, and y'all both could share y'all's thoughts on this. Because of NIL, because of COVID and these extended guys, 25, 26 years old, who's been there, like 5th and 7th year seniors, the challenge is much harder on y'all. So for the fact that y'all got on the field, that speaks volumes about their ability. Talk to our listeners about that process.
Like the oldest person in our D-line group is like 25. So like it's
a lot of Chad Lavin ladies.
Yeah, but it was fun, but at the same time hard, because they thought because I was a freshman that I wasn't going to adapt fast. But coming from the school I came from, I adapt quick, and the things I already knew. So like, if they doing something, I'm right behind them doing it, and they looking at me crazy because like, how you know how to do this? And I've been in college for like 5 or 6 years because I have good coaches that led me through the way. But it's not. I'm not gonna say it's different for certain people because it's not as hard as for me because I know how to adapt quick, and with those older guys. But you know.
Yeah, I don't know about Nell school. I know at my school at Jacksonville State, we had a great group of senior leaders, J-Rock Swain, Ricky Samuel, Dylan Brown, those guys, even Chris Hardy, like, a lot of them poured into me at a young age from first day on campus, just pouring in, showing me love, showing me how to move on and off the field around the city and just around campus and teaching me the college life. So I think it's all about what school you fall at. You're going to get a certain type of guys who might not want to help you out, and you might get a certain type of, we call them OGs at my school, but we might get some OGs that really want to look out for you and help you, guide you along the way. So
you call them Onk.
Yeah, we call them Onk and OGs. That's really what we call them. They 25.
Don't call me Onk. Nah, but seriously, gentlemen, no one man is an island. We all draw strength from each other. Right. So with that in mind, brothers, y'all keep doing what y'all doing. I see a bright future.
Thank you.
I really do. And to make Cheese's point, he was a 7th grader, 8th grader with us, and he looked like some of our juniors back then. I Coach Sean, like, we saw that something was there. So when he went to college, it didn't surprise me at all. And I don't want to water that down, y'all. The fact that you playing is me. You and I talked about that at practice earlier. I played in like 4 games the Katrina year, which was my red shirt freshman. Right. So the fact that you did 10, you know, in this era of CL, because like they said, 25, you compete
in the
with 20,
NIL time.
It's a lot of politics. For sure.
You know, a lot of politics. We had linebackers nervous of guys like Ali Highsmith and E.J. Qualley, and on the D-line at Claude Roten. But them dudes only had 2 years on me. Y'all guys legit got 5 or 6 years. What's the boy from Miami? Just finished his 9th year. Like, come on.
The tight end.
Yeah, you playing with guys who was in middle school. They freshman year of college.
That's what I'm. And both of y'all
super
shared
seniors.
Yeah,
super
seniors.
seniors.
I mean, he was 9 years, bro.
Right.
Like they had him side to side with NFL guys who had got their 2nd contract. They all came in as freshmen.
Right.
Like it's legit. Like that's the climate that y'all have faced. So. I see why y'all come to the Concord Sports Sessions and go see my man BT and do all of those different things because y'all really need to continue to do those things to compete.
And that's what I spoke on earlier. The opportunity, college is not a 3-year, 4-year deal anymore, especially if you're making real money. And, you know, I want guys to think about their future. But, you know, like I said, just sitting here looking at you guys, and he'll tell you, you was like, when I walked down on you, I was like, what year? You a freshman? I said, boy, you look like a senior, boy. You know, so you guys just being so impressive in here to tell us about your college experience. Tell me something that you have in your game that you feel you need to get better at. Both of y'all.
I'll say this. The jump from high school to college, I would say it's the speed of the game is just a little bit different. I want to say if you're good in high school, you have the potential to be good in college for sure if you put in the work. But I think just the speed of the game and, like I said, experience is the greatest. That's a great asset to have. I'm not gonna lie, experience. So I think from going from last year to this year, one thing I would probably improve on outside of just mentally evolving as a player is I just want to work on my run stopping a little bit more, just be a better. Because I was playing inside, and that's something I never did before I had to adapt. So I just want to get better at that. Taking on double teams, you know, things I never really did until I got to college. It's hard. Yeah, it's hard. It's but I just got to keep working at it, and I know I'm going to get it right.
I think the main thing, because in high school, like, I play inside in high school, so, you know, the Catholic League, they run the ball 25-8. Our D-line coach, Clyde, said, you'll probably get like 4 opportunities out of the game to get a sack because they're going to run the ball. So when I got to college, running the ball was like running stopping was like second nature. So I think the biggest thing, I'll be honest, that I had to improve on is like the speed of the game in general. Because the tempo in the game is very different in high school. Right. And in game, you got it's 10,000 people screaming. You got your coaches yelling, Mike linebacker telling you one thing. Right. The other linebacker tell you the strength weak. Yeah. It's just adapting to the game more quicker. And I feel like that's one thing I have to improve on.
If y'all just tuning in to Inside the Trenches, baby, we still live here at Small Sliders at least for another 20-some-odd minutes. Y'all come join us. I know in about 20-some minutes we'll get that biggie over there, baby, for sure.
Stop looking at my biggie.
I'm joined by Cornell Harris and Shane Payton Hodges. Y'all make sure y'all follow Big Cheese over here, Cornell H_ on Instagram, and you can follow my main man Shane _Shane 4K. Shane, let's get into it, brother. Out of the games you played in this year, which one was your favorite and you were the most successful and you got the most tackles for loss? Come on now,
I gotta go Liberty game. That was a big game for us.
Yeah.
They were the defending champs last year. It was a team that I felt we should have beat last year, but we were able to get the job done this year, and I actually helped play a part in that. They had a phenomenal quarterback, Caden Salty's at Colorado now. I was able to get him down on the ground one time, get a sack on him. Late in the game, we was up 10. That kind of closed out the game for us. So I just think that's probably my favorite game. That's the game. That was like my welcome to college game. I feel like it started to slow down for me, and I got adapted to it.
That boy was on that Fortnite in college and all that. After that, boy bucked the boy had me a good one today.
Come on, you know them boys on that game.
You talk to the Chiefs. Your games this year.
I said my welcome to college game, my favorite game, had to be Bethune-Cookman, because one of our D tackles got hurt. So my coach was like, you getting in first quarter. So I played like a total like 5 drives, and I got my first TFL, a couple of tackles. The first game I jumped off sides too, and they threw me out of film. And the second game was FAMU, because FAMU is it's very hostile environment, and them and Jackson State is our rivals. I didn't get to play Jackson State game because I was injured, but FAMU game, I got a tackle. They said my name on the thing. All I heard was my mom in the background screaming. That was that game. It's a blessing to playing those games though.
Yeah, my second game probably would be the conference championship too. That's another. The Western Kentucky, they beat us the week before that by a long. I ain't gonna lie, God made a phenomenal 50-yard kick for game. I give kudos to him. But they came down home the next week and we ended up beating them 52-14. So I think that was probably my second favorite game after the Liberty game.
Hearing this is proud moments for me, man. You know, working these boys out in the off season, seeing them, you know, be successful, it's cool. What's not cool is fighting during the games, and you know, I share a story with y'all. All right, before I get Cornell to share that story, we were playing against Miami. We beat Miami 40-3, and Dwayne Bowe, shouts out to my teammate Dwayne Bowe, and my later on teammate for the Carolina Panthers, John Beeson. Those guys knew each other from high school, so they were joking around. So Beeson chased Dwayne Bowe into the locker room. So we like, hold on. So then got more LSU guys. It was bad. I don't want to share the details. I know there was a lot of people got arrested and all that stuff, but it was a big fight, and we didn't lose none of the games. We didn't lose the fight after nor during the game. What happened, man? What happened? So talk to us about the fight this past year with Alabama State.
That fight was kind of predetermined because in the film room, like I forgot who we played the week before, but our DN Traquan Thomas, he a great DN. He led the SWAC in sacks, but he was like, I'm tired of getting held. If these dudes held me this week, it's over with. So we get into the game. It's like everybody was on 10. Coach Eddie was saying, if you ain't rocking with us, get out the locker room. He was going crazy. So because Jackson State, because Dion, they beat us 1 year. We beat them on their homecoming the year before. So they came back. That was probably like the most intense game I ever been in. So it was like during halftime, if I'm not mistaken. I heard, I'm not gonna say no names, but somebody was like, if we lose, it's up. So I was like, so I'm in the boot at the time. So So we knew, you know, we had got a safety. They had sacked us on the goal line. It was a safety. So dudes on the sideline know, like, yeah, the game over with. So everybody strapping up. I'm looking. That's the day I realized I was on a team of grown men. They strapping up their helmets. They strapping up their helmets.
Yeah, it's about to go down.
So as Coach Eddie walking to the 50, so they dab up. I look to the left, just a big crowd, and I'm in the booth. So I'm not trying to. I just found myself getting lifted up off my feet. I was so scared.
Oh Lord!
I got lifted up off my feet. They got a group of people fighting over there, another group of people fighting over there, another group of people fighting over there. It was just crazy. But at the end of the day, Coach Eddie did say, at the end of the day, you have to control yourself. You can't beat somebody in the 60 minutes. Then there's no point in fighting after the game. So it's not like he tolerated it. It was just at the point he was saying to keep everything in the football game, but not after the game.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm sure you said that sound good, Coach. I'm sure.
He said he was in the air.
I'm sure you told Coach after the fact, yeah, Coach, that sound good. But when it goes down, it goes down. I do understand that very much so, gentlemen. What do you guys look forward to in the future in your universities and your opportunities?
I mean, I'm really excited. I think
for next year, of course.
We just got a new head coach, Coach Charles Kelly, coming in. Coach Wright and his staff left a great legacy with creating history. We just moved up to FBS Division I.
Right.
We was able to win a bowl game in our first year. We weren't eligible for the conference championship. Second year, we was able to win the conference championship. And our staff, a lot of my coaches left and went to West Virginia with Coach Wright, but I'm excited about what Coach Charles Kelly is going to come in and do. And I don't think there's going to be any drop off, to be honest. I think we're going to continue to make history and hopefully be that G5 team in the playoffs this year.
Yeah, same thing Shane said. Like, our defense, we had the number 3 defense in the FCS. We led everybody in stats, pigs, sacks, and everything. But our DC had left. So Coach Eddie just saying keep guiding. We gonna lock in. He talked to me on the phone saying it's gonna be a big year for you. But my expectations still high for next season.
Copy that.
Well, baby, that does it right there. Shouts out to my man Shane and Cornell. So proud of these young men. Look at their parents. Look at my babies. They doing it on the TV, girl.
That's some big babies.
Yeah, them boys, some big boys. That grocery bill hitting when he come home.
Grocery bill.
Well, man, thank y'all so much for coming through. We got to get y'all to come back on. Y'all make sure y'all follow these young men. Great young men. Yes, y'all make sure y'all follow them on the Instagram and all the social media platforms. Cornell H__ Shane. 4K, baby. 4K trade like Lil Top. It's inside the trenches. Don't go nowhere. Me and my man CL, we're going to come back. Let's look at a little bit of this football they got going on here. And we're going to go around the NFL. Y'all want to go around the NFL with me?
Yeah, we can.
Come on.
All right, let's do it, baby. We'll be back, man. Inside the trenches, we got y'all for another 15 minutes. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back. Are you a student athlete looking to take your career to the next level? Look no further than Conquer Sports Pros. That's right, Conquer Sports Pros. Our team of experts will get you guys on the right path to your student athlete journey in life. That's right, we have every position in football you need, and we also help out with other sports. At Conquer Sports Pros, you have everything from a list of consultation, training, and also media training. Yeah, that's right. When you take your career to the next level, play college and hopefully pro, you'll get lots of interviews. Call Conquer Sports Pros today. You can reach them at 504-319-6672 or visit marlonfavorite.com for more information. Hello, somebody.
Hi, it's Alberto Montero. We got a great selection of vehicles in and out of here on a daily basis. We offer financing. All Carfaxes are online, and all our vehicles are serviced and inspected before sale. Best selection and prices in all of the New Orleans metro area. Come visit us today at 1512 North Causeway in the heart of Metairie. Come check us out at MonteroMotors.com.
Montero Motors, a proud sponsor of Inside the Trenches, ESPN New Orleans.
Hello, somebody. It's your boy Marlon, Big Favorite. And when I'm hungry, I like to make my way to Small Sliders, 1635 Barataria Boulevard, Marrero, Louisiana. Simple on purpose. When I tell you their burgers are delicious, have some great sauce on them, I'm telling you, when you're just hungry and just need to grab a quick bite, this is the perfect place for you. Small Sliders. The customer service is nice. It's somewhere you can bring the family, hang out and chill, enjoy the atmosphere. Now, I'm a big boy, so when I like to take my Small Sliders, I like to get the biggest smalls. Double patties, bacon, cheese, you name it. Just a delicious burger. And I like to top it off with my favorite, the cookies and cream milkshake. There are 3 delicious flavors: milkshake, chocolate, vanilla, and cookies and cream. Small Sliders. Simple on purpose. Y'all come on and slide through, baby. And let them know that you heard about them on Inside the Trenches with your boy Marlon Big Favorite. Watch out there now.
Step Construction is here for you with a brand new offer. We now provide affordable storage sheds. Stop wasting your money on overpriced storage units and portable containers. Step Construction can provide you with a custom shed that will fit your budget and storage needs. So contact Step Construction today at 504-340-5809 for your own personal quote. Let us help you take the next step at Step Construction.
Listen up. Your customers, our listeners, could be hearing about your business right now. Yeah, right now. Don't miss out on the opportunity to advertise with NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. Call our business department today at 504-475-4793 to hear about our great rates. NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. We provide the people, you provide the business.
It's that boy Fred, host of FanView Podcast. Tune into the NOTN app weekdays, 3:30 for the FanView Podcast. Go to NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com to watch more episodes of FanView Podcast. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and watch.
I want to say thank you to all of our viewers, all of our listeners, everybody that check us out on New Orleans Talk Network, all of y'all who streams us. We appreciate y'all from the bottom of our hearts. And we want to thank our sponsors as well, baby. We right here, Small Sliders Live. Thank you, Small Sliders, for providing us with this spot to do our thing. We want to thank Montero Motors, Crown Car Wash. We want to thank Godwyn Realty.
Are you looking for your dream home? Well, if that's the case, you need to contact Joe Picolo at Godwyn Realty, right here in New Orleans. Joe can put you in your dream home right away. Joe Picolo and the folks over at Godwyn Realty put you in the house that you need. Even if you're looking to invest in some property, they'll do an excellent job with that as well. Contact Joe today at 504-251-8341. Again, that phone number is 504-251-8341. And also contact Joel at joel.godwynrealty.com. No need to dream anymore. Godwyn Realty will put you in the dream house of your reality. Hello, somebody. Hello, somebody. It's the host of Inside the Trenches podcast, Marlon Big Favorite. Did you know Small Sliders had an app? You can go to your Google Play Store or your Apple Store right now, download the Small Sliders app in Marrero, and order your food right now. You want to get a number 2? Well, slide through. 1635 Barataria Boulevard in Marrero. Small Sliders, simple on purpose.
In New Orleans, football is more than a game. It's a way of life. And just like our offensive line, we protect what matters most. With the big game in New Orleans at Evertte Security Solutions, we don't just protect, we lead. And now, we're hiring the best to join our team. Call 504-392-4424 or visit EvertteSecuritySolutions.com. Evertte Security is a proud partner Inside the Trenches on ESPN New Orleans.
Hello, I'm Shelton Jordan with Lamarque Crescent City Ford. If you are in need of a commercial vehicle, I'm here to help. From F-150s to Super Duty trucks or chassis, to cargo vans, passenger vans, or if you're in need of a vehicle to be upfitted, we can build it especially for you. Or if you're looking for a truck or SUV, I can also help you at Lamarque Ford Store in Kenner. Feel free to call me at 504-734-3579 and ask for Shelton. Lamarque Crescent City Ford is a proud partner of Inside the Trenches on ESPN New Orleans.
Hello, somebody. This is Robert Wolf. If you are in need of construction or real estate services, project management services, give us a call at 504-393-2445.
Well, hello. Like Rob just said, hit up Robert Wolf Construction and Real Estate for your real estate and construction needs. And let them know you heard about them on Inside the Trenches with Marlon Wright on ESPN New Orleans. Hello, somebody. Are you a student athlete looking to take your career to the next level? Look no further than Conquer Sports Pros. That's right, Conquer Sports Pros. Our team of experts will get you guys on the right path to your student athlete journey in life. That's right, we have every position in football you need, and we also help out with other sports. At Conquer Sports Pros, you have everything from a list of consultations, welcome training, back, and also beautiful media people. training. Yeah, that's
And
right.
time
You take
flies
it-
when you're having yourself a good time, and that we are doing that here at Inside the Trenches. I want to take this time to thank all of our sponsors for the show, because without our sponsors, there's really no show, right? These wonderful guests that we have over here, they would have nowhere to be if it wasn't for the sponsors. So I want to thank Montero Motors, car dealership, used cars, by the way, 1512 North Causeway, right there in Marrero, Louisiana. Hit my man Alberto up if you're looking for a nice used vehicle, right? It's the holiday time, the new year, that car acting up like, get out of this thing. Alberto has some of the best rates, and the rates get even better when you tell them you heard about them on Inside the Trenches. So y'all be sure to make y'all way to 1512 North Causeway Boulevard, baby. And also Elliott Security. They're right here on the West Bank too, 2304 Manhattan Boulevard. You can make a call there tomorrow at office hours. They'll be open at 9 o'clock.
Right.
504-392-4424. They are looking right now. We're looking for armed guards and unarmed guards for the big sport event in the beginning of the year.
Bowl.
Y'all know Super Bowl here. So they're hiring guards. Y'all want to make some money for the Super Bowl? Y'all getting tired of people coming into town, making all the money and just leaving? Well, LA Security want the locals to be able to eat. So be sure to check out. Their information is below the show. Be sure to check them out. And y'all now check this out. I've been paying attention to some of the utility vehicles around here. Some of them are old. Like, I saw this electrician working on this property over here in Gretna the other day, and buddy, whip looked busted, right? So if you're looking for a really nice utility vehicle, you have to make your way to Lamarque Ford Crescent City, right there in Harahan. Holla at my man Sheldon. They're at 6121 Jefferson Highway, right there in Harahan. If you're a subcontractor or contractor right here in the area, you need a big truck, hit my main man, fleet manager Sheldon Jordan over there.
Fleet man.
Yeah, you better believe it. 504-734-3579. Let them know that you heard about them right here on Inside the Trenches. They're going to get y'all straight. And you know, I just shot my man Joel out at Godwyn Realty. We talked to him about him a little bit earlier. I want to get their information back to y'all. They're at 1943 Sophie Wright. If you're looking for a new house, you're looking to flip some properties, hit up Joe. Y'all can give them a call at 504-826-8426. Joe Picolo, a proud sponsor here Inside the Trenches. And last but certainly not least, well, the last two, Robert Wolf Construction. We talked about Rob earlier over that 143. Same deal. If you're looking to fix up your house a little bit, they got you. And then, of course, right here, man, my main man, Rick over here at Small Sliders, baby Marrero. Y'all know y'all hungry, want a quick snack. You don't want the full spray. You don't want the big burger with the big fries. Just get you a nice little plate. They got you going. Now, let's take it to the NFL, CL.
Come on.
Right now, if y'all checking this show out, you know, we're recording this on a Monday night. So there's a Monday night game going on right now between Detroit and San Francisco. San Francisco this year, CL, they're not the same Cisco. Right. I don't hear you say the Brock Purdy era is much now because he's not making much noise.
well, the reality of the situation is that we are still in the Brock Purdy era, but unfortunately the window is closing for the 49ers because they're getting a little long in the tooth and the injury bug really hit them really hard this year. Pause. But kind of a lot of what the Saints went through this year. But right now they're currently leading the Detroit Lions 21-13 on Monday Night Football. 2 minutes and 12 seconds left in the half.
And just for full disclosure, well, it's not really disclosed, right? I'm going to tell you. Just for full information for you, I'm in a fantasy championship right now.
Here we go.
Super Bowl of fantasy football. You know, we pay big-time dues to pay in this league, and it looks like I might be too icy. Too icy had Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry. Now, he had the Colts defense in, and that's where he messed up. Let me take a look at my fantasy. CL told me don't look at it. He was like, Jeezy, don't do it. But let me check it out to see where I'm at here. You know, Tarek Charger kind of working, but it's kind of not working. So I might not see it because I only got like 4%. Ooh, look, CL, look.
Well, I got it.
Check it out.
I know Gibbs doing this thing.
Gibbs does here. We got 9 fantasy points, but you know who I'm worried about? This guy here. But let me get out of here.
Get out of there.
Get out of there. All right.
Get out of there.
Let's get back. Let's go around the NFL. Let's do that. Okay.
Come on.
CL's going to pick his 2 favorite AFC teams, and I'm going to pick my favorite AFC teams, my 2 favorite AFC teams. In addition to that, we're going to do the same thing for the NFC. Now, we want to add some context to this, so we're going to name our teams and all that, but we're going to break a few of these things down. Now, y'all feel free to chime into the conversation. Y'all can hit us up right now on New Orleans Talk Network. Tarek and them have the live stream going right now, so y'all can basically log on in and check it out and make your comments. How do you feel about this NFL season? So, CL,
come on.
Who you got in the AFC and why?
Honestly, obviously, fortunately, we went to Kansas City this year, and I don't know if those guys have a rabbit foot in their pocket or something, but for some reason, they don't seem to lose in Kansas City. So respectfully, them also being the returning champions, I would have to say the Kansas City Chiefs, but my other team actually is the Buffalo Bills in the AFC.
And I figured we were going to be alike with this. Josh Allen is playing lights out. He has a young receiving core that's playing exceptionally well.
Well, and that's the thing. They're finally playing complimentary ball in Buffalo. Mm-hmm. They're not leaving it all up to that lumberjack of a quarterback running up and down the field. They have young Cook, Devin Cook's younger brother, James Cook, if I'm not mistaken, and he's leading the running game for them to giving them balance. And of course, Josh Allen doesn't really even need real wide receivers, but he actually has a complement of 2.
Now for the folks that follow the NFL, they may feel a little different about what I'm going to say, because it does look like a golden ticket, like one of them Willy Wonka ones, to the Super Bowl for the Kansas City Chiefs, or the AKA the Taylor Swift Bowl, where she's going to make some type of grand appearance here in New Orleans. She's going to do something big time. It's going to happen, Coach. But that Taylor Swift Bowl is going to be something else. But I'm gonna go AFC, and I'll be real quick because I know we don't have much time. AFC, I'm gonna go Buffalo and Baltimore.
Yeah, I just don't believe in Baltimore.
Yeah, I'm okay. I feel you. I think it might be a little different for Lamar this year. I know that's kind of like a Cowboys fan. I'm gonna go real quick. NFC. I'm sorry. Check this out. I'm gonna go Detroit and Philadelphia. I think
NFC. I'm gonna go Washington, Minnesota.
Ooh, Minnesota. Okay,
Lake
shouts out the Jets. Oh boy, if Sam Darnold can make that noise, boy, that contract gonna be serious.
Complimentary. Complimentary pieces around him. He doesn't have to do as much.
That's right. Well, he's CL Nola. It's your boy, Big Fave. I want to thank all of our guests for coming by. Shouts out to Pastor Jonathan Everett of Rocks. I messed it up earlier. Rocks of Ages Baptist Church. We don't want to
forgive us, Pastor.
But look, my boy can't get it right, brother. Get it right. Rocks of Ages, baby. So shouts out to them. God bless them. Right there off of Franklin Avenue, 25.
Right on Franklin.
Right there on. You can't miss it. Elysian Fields.
If you go over the bridge, you went too far.
That's right. Shouts out to our college players that came on the show. My main man, Cornell Harris, over there at Alabama State University. Y'all make sure y'all check him out next season, along with Shane Payton Hodges. Check him out next season as well. Big ballin', man. Shouts out for them for coming on the show. For our guests, I mean, everybody who came out. Big love for all of y'all who came support. Shouts out to Small Sliders for
New
giving
and
us the
old
venue.
ones.
Give yourselves a round of applause for our production team, Keelan, Terry, everybody over there, all y'all who tuned in on the YouTube. Love y'all from the bottom of my heart. Happy New Year's to everybody.
Oh,
May God bless y'all. Have a prosperous New Year's. Key, take us away.
Happy New Year.
Hello. See y'all next year. Inside the Trenches.
Happy New Year, y'all.